Ever feel like life's constant demands are stealing your peace of mind? You're not alone. Welcome to How to Stay Calm and Positive in Life, where you'll discover proven strategies to maintain emotional balance, reduce daily stress, and see the bright side in every challenge. In this audiobook, we'll explore simple shifts in mindset, practical routines, and transformative habits that empower you to stay cool under pressure and hold on to optimism even when life gets tough. Let's embark on this journey together, unlocking the calmness and positivity you deserve. Chapter 1: Understanding Calmness and Positivity. Calmness is like a quiet lake, steady, clear, and untroubled by ripples on the surface. It isn't about shutting off your emotions. It's about learning to steady yourself when life's waves roll in. You discover that true calmness isn't the absence of chaos, but the presence of peace within yourself, no matter what happens around you. Positivity, on the other hand, is the lens through which you see the world. It's not about ignoring problems or pretending bad things never happen. Instead, positivity is a choice to look for potential solutions and hidden lessons in every challenge. It's the light you bring to dark moments, the voice in your mind that says, "I can handle this." Calmness and positivity work hand in hand. Imagine calmness as your inner anchor, keeping you grounded, and positivity as the gentle wind pushing you forward. When you combine both, you create an approach to life where obstacles don't stop you. They simply become part of the journey. One of the biggest misconceptions about calmness is that it means staying silent or passive. In reality, calmness gives you the space to think clearly. It allows you to respond rather than react. When your mind is calm, your words and actions become more purposeful, and you make decisions that align with your goals and values. Positivity sometimes gets mistaken for blind optimism, but genuine positivity recognizes problems while still believing in a better outcome. It's choosing hope when everything feels uncertain, finding a silver lining when clouds block the sun, and refusing to let setbacks define what you can achieve. Together, calmness and positivity can transform stressful moments into opportunities for growth. When anxiety creeps in, your calm mind helps you breathe through the tension, and your positive outlook reminds you that solutions exist. This balance teaches you that peace and hope are skills you can cultivate even on the toughest days. Ultimately, calmness and positivity start with self-awareness. As you learn to sense your emotions, you gain the power to pause before reacting. In that pause, you choose calmness over panic, positivity over defeat. This choice, repeated day after day, builds a strong mental foundation, one that supports a life of resilience, happiness, and meaningful progress. Chapter 2: Identifying Stressors in Daily Life. Stress is a part of life, but that doesn't mean it should run your life. The first step to managing it is identifying exactly what causes you to feel tense or overwhelmed each day. By putting a name to your stressors, you create the awareness needed to regain control over your emotions and reactions. Work often tops the list of daily stressors. Tight deadlines, heavy workloads, or challenging co-workers can make your day feel like a never-ending race. Recognizing which part of your job causes the most stress, whether it's an unorganized schedule or an unclear task, helps you focus on solutions rather than letting the anxiety build. Stressors can also sneak in through technology. Constant notifications, emails flooding your inbox, and social media comparisons can all pile on invisible pressure. Identifying which digital habits increase your stress level allows you to set boundaries, like turning off unnecessary alerts or designating tech-free periods. Your living environment matters more than you might think. A messy or chaotic space can overload your senses, adding unnecessary tension. On the other hand, a tidy, organized area feels welcoming and calm. If you notice stress creeping in at home, start by simplifying your surroundings. Relationships, whether at home or with friends, can also trigger stress. Disagreements, miscommunication, or the fear of judgment can weigh on your mind. Pinpointing which interactions or misunderstandings cause tension helps you address them with clarity and understanding, rather than letting conflict linger. Even everyday routines can become silent stressors. Rushing through your morning, skipping meals, or not getting enough sleep can chip away at your energy and patience. Identifying these patterns of neglect and making small adjustments, like preparing breakfast the night before or setting an earlier bedtime, can greatly reduce daily pressure. Fear of missing out, or FOMO, can be an unexpected stressor. You might worry about not being involved in every event or opportunity. Recognizing this feeling helps you shift your mindset toward gratitude for what you have, instead of obsessing over what you might be missing. Money issues, big or small, often weigh heavily on the mind. Concerns about bills, unexpected expenses, or future financial goals can create a constant undercurrent of worry. Knowing where your money worries stem from, a lack of budgeting, high expenses, or job uncertainty, enables you to take concrete steps to ease this load. Health worries can silently stress you out as well. Ignoring symptoms or feeling guilty about not exercising can breed anxiety. Identifying these worries and seeking professional help or a realistic fitness plan transforms stress into motivation for better self-care. Sometimes the biggest stressor is your own self-talk. Negative thoughts, harsh self-criticism, or the pressure to be perfect create internal stress. Becoming aware of these patterns allows you to challenge and replace them with kinder, more encouraging words. Time management is another hidden source of stress. When you constantly feel rushed or like there aren't enough hours in the day, you might be taking on too many commitments. Identifying which tasks are truly essential and which can wait helps you reclaim your time and mental space. Lastly, unexpected events like car troubles or sudden schedule changes can catch you off guard. While you can't predict every curveball life throws, recognizing that surprises are a part of daily life helps you mentally prepare. Flexibility and a sense of humor go a long way in managing these sudden stresses. Identifying stresses is about shining a light on what's weighing you down. Once you name them, you can decide how to respond. You stop being a victim of stress and start becoming a problem solver. This mindset shift takes you from feeling overwhelmed to feeling in charge, laying the groundwork for a calmer, more positive life. A peaceful mindset begins with the choice to seek calmness even when chaos surrounds you. Instead of trying to eliminate all stress from your life, focus on creating an inner anchor, a steady core that remains quiet and centered. This anchor gives you a place to return to each time life's demands pull you in different directions, reminding you that serenity can exist within even the busiest days. Before you can truly cultivate peace, it helps to recognize what keeps disturbing your mind. It might be constant notifications on your phone, a swirling to-do list, or worries about tomorrow's tasks. By identifying these triggers, you can gently reduce their influence, easing the weight they place on your thoughts. This small but purposeful step frees space in your mind for moments of calm. Once you find those moments of calm, protect them. It might be a few minutes in the morning to sip your coffee in stillness, or a brief walk before bedtime to let the day's tensions drift away. These little rituals are like gentle reminders to your mind that it doesn't have to race all the time. They become your daily pockets of peace, scattered throughout whatever schedule you keep. Mindfulness practices are a powerful aid in cultivating calm. Focusing your attention on the present moment, your breath, the textures you feel, or the sounds around you, stops your thoughts from chasing past regrets or future anxieties. As you develop this skill, daily tasks like washing the dishes or taking a shower become grounding experiences that settle your mind. Developing a peaceful mindset also means learning to let go of the need to control everything. Life has its rhythms and surprises, and trying to micromanage every detail often leads to frustration. Embracing uncertainty, accepting that you can't always predict outcomes, can be oddly freeing. It lets you direct your energy toward what you can handle in the present, rather than worrying about the unknown. Kindness toward yourself is crucial. It's all too easy to be our own harshest critics, berating ourselves for small mistakes or unmet expectations. This internal pressure chips away at peace. Replacing self-judgment with patience and self-compassion reminds you that being calm starts with how you treat yourself. A gentle, forgiving attitude toward your own stumbles sets the tone for a calmer mind. Positive thinking isn't about ignoring problems. It's about giving your mind the optimism it needs to handle them. When challenges arise, you can still acknowledge difficulties while believing in your capability to overcome them. This uplifting perspective doesn't deny reality. It helps you face it with clarity and determination instead of panic. Create moments of stillness in a busy day. At lunchtime, shut your laptop for 5 minutes and gaze out a window, allowing your mind to breathe. These mini breaks act as mental resets, pulling you back from the edge of stress. They remind you that tranquility is always accessible if you pause long enough to let it in. Balancing your environment also supports a peaceful mindset. If your surroundings are noisy or chaotic, it can stir up restlessness inside you. Sometimes, peace blooms from simple changes, tidying your workspace, organizing your desk, or playing soft music in the background. These small environmental tweaks encourage your mind to settle and focus. Gratitude is a gentle but effective means of cultivating peace. When life feels turbulent, take a moment to note the small blessings or achievements you might otherwise overlook. This shift in focus, from what's going wrong to what's going right, grounds you in positivity. It doesn't solve every problem, but it deflates anxiety and opens the door to calm thinking. Guard your energy with boundaries. Whether it's turning off your phone after a certain hour or declining extra commitments when your schedule is full, boundaries help you protect your mental space. By saying no sometimes, you say yes to the calm and clarity that come from a less cluttered life. Emotional resilience plays a big role in remaining peaceful. When unexpected disappointments arise, resilience lets you bounce back instead of crumbling under stress. Each challenge you overcome adds to a mental toolkit that prepares you for the next wave of difficulties. Calmness becomes less about avoiding stress and more about handling it gracefully. Forgiving yourself for past mistakes also lightens the mental load. Many people carry guilt or resentment for things they can't change, which continually disrupts their peace. Recognizing that you can't rewrite history, but you can learn from it, frees you to move forward without emotional baggage. A peaceful mindset flourishes when you align your daily choices with your deeper values. Whether you value integrity, kindness, or creativity, living in harmony with those principles removes inner conflict. When your actions reflect who you want to be, your mind finds less room for turmoil and stress. Establishing a healthy relationship with uncertainty is vital. Life's path can twist unexpectedly, and resisting that reality only creates frustration. Cultivating peace involves adapting to changes as they come, improvising when plans fail, and trusting your resourcefulness to find new solutions. Try to keep humor alive. Even small doses of laughter can dissolve tension and remind you that not every setback is a disaster. Sharing a light moment or reading something amusing can break the seriousness of challenging days and bring a refreshing wave of calmness. Invest in your physical well-being to support your mental calm. Adequate sleep, regular exercise, and nutritious food might seem mundane, but they anchor your mind in stability. A well-cared-for body is less prone to mood swings and more open to the calm you're trying to cultivate. Practice meaningful communication. Speaking honestly and listening attentively reduce misunderstandings that can escalate stress. Clarity in words prevents small conflicts from blowing up into major issues that disrupt your mental ease. View setbacks as lessons rather than punishments. When things go wrong, it doesn't have to rob you of your calm. Instead, see each hiccup as a puzzle piece in the bigger picture of your growth. This shift from frustration to curiosity infuses your experiences with a calm, constructive energy. Eventually, cultivating a peaceful mindset isn't just about coping with life's storms. It's about embracing the entire journey. It's recognizing that your mind can be a sanctuary of calm, no matter the chaos outside. Each moment spent nurturing peace within brings you closer to the balanced, positive life you deserve. Chapter 3. Cultivating a peaceful mindset. A peaceful mindset begins with the choice to seek calmness, even when chaos surrounds you. Instead of trying to eliminate all stress from your life, focus on creating an inner anchor, a steady core that remains quiet and centered. This anchor gives you a place to return to each time life's demands pull you in different directions, reminding you that serenity can exist within even the busiest days. Before you can truly cultivate peace, it helps to recognize what keeps disturbing your mind. It might be constant notifications on your phone, a swirling to-do list, or worries about tomorrow's tasks. By identifying these triggers, you can gently reduce their influence, easing the weight they place on your thoughts. This small but purposeful step frees space in your mind for moments of calm. Once you find those moments of calm, protect them. It might be a few minutes in the morning to sip your coffee in stillness, or a brief walk before bedtime to let the day's tensions drift away. These little rituals are like gentle reminders to your mind that it doesn't have to race all the time. They become your daily pockets of peace, scattered throughout whatever schedule you keep. Mindfulness practices are a powerful aid in cultivating calm. Focusing your attention on the present moment, your breath, the textures you feel, or the sounds around you, stops your thoughts from chasing past regrets or future anxieties. As you develop this skill, daily tasks like washing the dishes or taking a shower become grounding experiences that settle your mind. Developing a peaceful mindset also means learning to let go of the need to control everything. Life has its rhythms and surprises, and trying to micromanage every detail often leads to frustration. Embracing uncertainty, accepting that you can't always predict outcomes, can be oddly freeing. It lets you direct your energy toward what you can handle in the present, rather than worrying about the unknown. Kindness toward yourself is crucial. It's all too easy to be our own harshest critics, berating ourselves for small mistakes or unmet expectations. This internal pressure chips away at peace. Replacing self-judgment with patience and self-compassion reminds you that being calm starts with how you treat yourself. A gentle, forgiving attitude toward your own stumbles sets the tone for a calmer mind. Positive thinking isn't about ignoring problems. It's about giving your mind the optimism it needs to handle them. When challenges arise, you can still acknowledge difficulties while believing in your capability to overcome them. This uplifting perspective doesn't deny reality. It helps you face it with clarity and determination instead of panic. Create moments of stillness in a busy day. At lunchtime, shut your laptop for 5 minutes and gaze out a window, allowing your mind to breathe. These mini breaks act as mental resets, pulling you back from the edge of stress. They remind you that tranquility is always accessible if you pause long enough to let it in. Balancing your environment also supports a peaceful mindset. If your surroundings are noisy or chaotic, it can stir up restlessness inside you. Sometimes peace blooms from simple changes, tidying your workspace, organizing your desk, or playing soft music in the background. These small environmental tweaks encourage your mind to settle and focus. Gratitude is a gentle but effective means of cultivating peace. When life feels turbulent, take a moment to note the small blessings or achievements you might otherwise overlook. This shift in focus, from what's going wrong to what's going right, grounds you in positivity. It doesn't solve every problem, but it deflates anxiety and opens the door to calm thinking. Guard your energy with boundaries, whether it's turning off your phone after a certain hour or declining extra commitments when your schedule is full. Boundaries help you protect your mental space. By saying no sometimes, you say yes to the calm and clarity that come from a less cluttered life. Emotional resilience plays a big role in remaining peaceful. When unexpected disappointments arise, resilience lets you bounce back instead of crumbling under stress. Each challenge you overcome adds to a mental toolkit that prepares you for the next wave of difficulties. Calmness becomes less about avoiding stress and more about handling it gracefully. Forgiving yourself for past mistakes also lightens the mental load. Many people carry guilt or resentment for things they can't change, which continually disrupts their peace. Recognizing that you can't rewrite history, but you can learn from it, frees you to move forward without emotional baggage. A peaceful mindset flourishes when you align your daily choices with your deeper values. Whether you value integrity, kindness, or creativity, living in harmony with those principles removes inner conflict. When your actions reflect who you want to be, your mind finds less room for turmoil and stress. Establishing a healthy relationship with uncertainty is vital. Life's path can twist unexpectedly, and resisting that reality only creates frustration. Cultivating peace involves adapting to changes as they come, improvising when plans fail, and trusting your resourcefulness to find new solutions. Try to keep humor alive. Even small doses of laughter can dissolve tension and remind you that not every setback is a disaster. Sharing a light moment or reading something amusing can break the seriousness of challenging days and bring a refreshing wave of calmness. Invest in your physical well-being to support your mental calm. Adequate sleep, regular exercise, and nutritious food might seem mundane, but they anchor your mind in stability. A well-cared-for body is less prone to mood swings and more open to the calm you're trying to cultivate. Practice meaningful communication. Speaking honestly and listening attentively reduce misunderstandings that can escalate stress. Clarity in words prevents small conflicts from blowing up into major issues that disrupt your mental ease. View setbacks as lessons rather than punishments. When things go wrong, it doesn't have to rob you of your calm. Instead, see each hiccup as a puzzle piece in the bigger picture of your growth. This shift from frustration to curiosity infuses your experiences with a calm, constructive energy. Eventually, cultivating a peaceful mindset isn't just about coping with life's storms. It's about embracing the entire journey. It's recognizing that your mind can be a sanctuary of calm, no matter the chaos outside. Each moment spent nurturing peace within brings you closer to the balanced, positive life you deserve. Chapter 4. Reframing challenges into opportunities. Reframing challenges into opportunities means shifting your perspective from seeing problems as roadblocks to viewing them as doorways to growth. This approach doesn't magically erase life's difficulties. It transforms how you respond to them. Instead of feeling stuck, you gain a sense of purpose in adversity, understanding that each obstacle is shaping your resilience and character. When you reframe a challenge, you're asking new questions. What can I learn from this? Or, how does this hardship push me to grow? Rather than focusing on the discomfort, you look for lessons and potential benefits. This shift in mindset keeps you proactive and solution-oriented, even when facing unexpected or overwhelming situations. Challenges often reveal hidden strengths you didn't realize you had. You might discover you're more adaptable or creative than you gave yourself credit for. Without the pressure and necessity birthed by a challenge, you might never have explored these abilities. In that sense, hurdles become catalysts for self-discovery, forcing you to tap into talents lying dormant within you. Reframing doesn't ignore the pain or frustration that comes with tough circumstances. It acknowledges them while steering you toward growth. You grant yourself the space to feel disappointed or anxious, but you quickly pivot to seeking solutions or new perspectives. This balance lets you honor your emotions without letting them define the entire experience. One powerful result of reframing is the boost in self-confidence that follows a conquered challenge. Every time you conquer an obstacle, you compile evidence that you're capable of handling more than you once believed. This inner proof translates into greater faith in your ability to rise above future difficulties, bolstering your overall optimism. When you see challenges as opportunities, you allow curiosity to replace fear. Curiosity invites you to explore, ask questions, and experiment with different approaches. In moments when worry could paralyze you, curiosity sparks ideas and potential paths forward. You realize that uncertainty can be an adventure rather than a threat. Reframing helps prevent a downward spiral of negative thinking. Instead of catastrophizing or ruminating on worst-case scenarios, you shift your gaze to what's possible. This optimism doesn't deny reality. It enhances your problem-solving capacity by directing your mental energy toward realistic, constructive steps. Personal growth thrives under pressure. Challenging experiences can refine traits like patience, empathy, and perseverance in ways that easy times rarely do. While comfort keeps you content, discomfort fuels innovation and transformation. By reframing, you harness that discomfort for personal evolution, instead of letting it erode your well-being. Resilience deepens when you consistently view problems as chances to learn. Each solved problem paves the way for handling future obstacles with confidence. Rather than dreading new challenges, you might even come to welcome them as tests that sharpen your skills and clarify your goals. Challenges often illuminate areas of your life that need rethinking or adjustment. A financial setback might highlight the need for better budgeting. A conflict at work might reveal weaknesses in communication or time management. By reframing challenges, you find clarity in chaos, creating targeted improvements that yield long-term rewards. Reframing challenges also encourages greater empathy. When you've had to conquer hardships, you become more understanding of others facing similar struggles. This empathy doesn't just help others feel supported. It enriches your own life by fostering connections grounded in compassion and shared experiences. Success stories worldwide often begin with significant challenges, failures that led to breakthroughs, or losses that sparked renewed determination. By recognizing that your struggle might be the foundation of your future triumph, you cultivate hope. Each roadblock transforms into a stepping stone, propelling you forward, making the path meaningful even if it's rugged. Viewing challenges as opportunities lessens the weight of perfectionism. Challenges disrupt plans, ensuring that you can't cling too tightly to ideals of flawlessness. This disruption frees you to focus on improving and adapting rather than fixating on unattainable standards. The process becomes more about growth than perfection. Keeping an open mind is crucial for reframing challenges. Sometimes solutions or benefits arise from unexpected corners. You might discover an alternate career path, forge new relationships, or stumble upon a talent you never knew you possessed. Openness to possibility expands your horizons, turning what once seemed problematic into an invitation to explore. Reframing also teaches you patience. Solutions aren't always immediate, and some challenges require incremental progress. Understanding that each small step is progress relieves the burden of urgency, letting you celebrate victories, however small, along the way. This patient approach keeps frustration in check while fueling consistent forward motion. Another advantage of reframing is improved emotional health. When you tackle obstacles through a lens of opportunity, negative emotions like anger or despair have less control over you. That doesn't mean you won't feel them. It means you won't be defined by them. Your focus stays on tangible steps that promote healing and growth. Leaning on supportive people is part of reframing challenges. Sharing your situation and receiving insights from friends or mentors can spark ideas you wouldn't have considered alone. Their perspectives enrich your strategy for overcoming hurdles, and your openness to help accelerates the reframing process, reinforcing that challenges don't have to be faced in isolation. Innovation flourishes when you're forced to navigate difficulties. Reframing encourages you to think creatively, testing alternative paths and strategies. Much like a problem-solving puzzle, the challenge becomes a playground for experimenting with new techniques, leading to results that might surpass your original plans. Reframing big challenges also benefits from dividing them into smaller, manageable tasks. By focusing on piece-by-piece progress, you reduce overwhelm and gather momentum. Each small success reaffirms the idea that the larger hurdle is surmountable. The journey becomes a series of reachable goals rather than an intimidating monolith. Ultimately, reframing challenges into opportunities is an exercise in empowerment. It shifts you from feeling victimized by circumstances to actively shaping your destiny. Rather than waiting for conditions to improve on their own, you become the force that transforms adversity into advantage, uncovering strengths and achievements you might never have discovered otherwise. Chapter 5. The Art of Patience and Perspective. Patience is not merely about waiting, it's about how you handle yourself during the wait. Many people see patience as passive, but true patience is a quiet strength, a deliberate choice to remain calm and present even when life presses you for immediate answers or results. It is the willingness to trust the natural pace of events while continuing to make steady effort. Perspective, on the other hand, is the lens through which you view your circumstances. When perspective is narrow, problems can appear overwhelming. But expanding your viewpoint, looking for the bigger picture or the lessons within each trial, often reveals that difficulties are just one part of a much larger story. Together, patience and perspective act as a powerful duo, guiding you through challenges with clarity and calmness. Practicing patience often starts with accepting that some things are simply out of your control. If you plant a seed, you can't force it to sprout overnight. The seed requires time, sunlight, and water to grow. Similarly, many processes in life demand periods of rest and development before they bear fruit. Recognizing this natural rhythm can soothe the urge for instant results. Perspective is shaped by the questions you ask. Instead of, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "How can I learn from this situation?" Or, "Where might this lead me if I remain open-minded?" These shifts in inquiry lead to a deeper understanding of your challenges, turning anxious moments into opportunities for growth and reflection. Patience also helps you manage stress. When you resist the urge to rush or force an outcome, you reduce the tension you create for yourself. Pausing to breathe before reacting to unexpected news or setbacks provides a chance to gather your thoughts. It's often in these small, calm pauses that clearer solutions emerge. Perspective keeps your emotions in check. Problems can feel enormous in the heat of the moment, but stepping back to see the grander scheme reveals that many issues are temporary or solvable. This viewpoint doesn't belittle difficulties. It ensures they don't eclipse the progress you've already made or the possibilities that still lie ahead. Maintaining patience and perspective can also protect your relationships. In times of conflict or misunderstanding, rushing to speak or judge can escalate tensions. A little patience, listening more than talking, waiting to respond until emotions settle, allows you to communicate more thoughtfully. Likewise, perspective reminds you that everyone has their own struggles and viewpoints, fostering empathy and compassion. When you embrace the art of patience, you invite a sense of steady confidence into your life. Rather than being tossed around by each wave of circumstance, you stand firm, trusting your ability to adapt and grow. This confidence is not about stubbornness or refusing to act. It's about choosing your battles wisely and acting only when you're prepared. Perspective also helps you spot hidden blessings. Trials sometimes redirect you toward better paths or force you to develop strengths you didn't know you had. Looking back, you might see that what initially felt like a setback was actually a turning point toward a richer, more meaningful direction. This realization encourages you to remain patient during tough phases. Practicing patience doesn't mean neglecting action. It's more about aligning your actions with the right timing. Sometimes you're ready to leap forward. Other times, you need to gather more information or allow circumstances to unfold. This sense of timing, guided by perspective, ensures you invest your energy wisely, not just quickly. Perspective broadens your horizons. When you step outside your immediate worries, you may realize there's more to the situation, new angles, alternate paths, or insights you've overlooked. This bigger picture thinking diffuses panic and restores balance, allowing you to move ahead with a grounded sense of purpose. The art of patience and perspective isn't mastered overnight. It comes from repeated practice, trial and error, and moments of honest self-reflection. You learn to forgive your own impatience or short-sightedness along the way. Each attempt at staying calm and seeing the bigger picture adds another layer of wisdom to your life. One way to cultivate patience is through simple daily habits, like waiting a few extra moments before responding in a tense conversation or giving yourself extra time in your schedule to handle unforeseen delays. Over time, these small efforts accumulate, training your mind to remain poised under stress. Similarly, refining your perspective can happen through curiosity. When faced with a problem, ask questions that expand your view. What factors led to this? Who else is affected? What could the long-term outcome be? Such questions shift your focus from immediate frustration to broader insight. In difficult times, perspective helps you weigh short-term pain against long-term gain. Perhaps enduring a challenge now sets you up for a brighter future. Patience supports you through that period of uncertainty, reminding you not to give up before the rewards have a chance to blossom. Both patience and perspective are linked to resilience. By practicing them, you develop the mental fortitude to endure life's inevitable storms. You realize that everything has its season, and just as storms pass, so do troubles. This resilience, born of calm reflection and steady perseverance, keeps you grounded when others might falter. It's often during the hardest trials that patience and perspective shine brightest. When life tests your resolve, These tools help you maintain hope. You trust that with time and clarity, a solution will emerge, or at least a more profound understanding of the situation. This approach prevents despair from taking root. The art of patience and perspective also enriches your relationships. Instead of rushing to judge or react, you pause to consider others' viewpoints, acknowledging that their experiences shape their actions. This awareness fosters empathy, reducing conflict and promoting unity in shared challenges. Embracing patience allows you to honor your natural pace. Everyone's journey is unique, and comparison can breed unnecessary frustration. Perspective reminds you that someone else's timeline doesn't diminish your progress or potential. Your own season of growth will come in its own right time. When you cultivate patience and perspective together, you create a powerful blend of calm realism and forward momentum. You don't shy away from difficulties, you engage with them more wisely. Over time, this balance between action and restraint becomes second nature, guiding you gracefully through life's most pressing demands. In the end, the art of patience and perspective offers a path to deeper contentment. By accepting life's pace and trusting its natural ebb and flow, you free yourself from the anxiety of trying to control every outcome. This newfound serenity doesn't mean life becomes simple, but it does mean you face every challenge with a steady heart and a thoughtful mind, ready to learn, adapt, and carry on. Chapter 6. Building Emotional Resilience. Emotional resilience is the inner strength that helps you bounce back from life's storms. It isn't about avoiding pain or disappointment. Rather, it's the capacity to face challenges with courage and flexibility. When you develop emotional resilience, you learn to adapt and thrive despite setbacks, and you discover a well of calm that carries you through trying times. One of the first steps in building emotional resilience is recognizing that difficulties are a normal part of life. Everyone faces hardships, and expecting constant smooth sailing only sets you up for frustration. Embracing the reality of both good and bad times prepares you mentally for life's natural ups and downs. Self-awareness lays a strong foundation for emotional resilience. Paying attention to your reactions, triggers, and stress signals allows you to catch rising tension early. The more you understand about your emotional patterns, the quicker you can respond calmly, instead of letting frustration or sadness spiral out of control. Small daily acts of self-care also contribute to resilience. Whether it's a brief walk outside, a favorite hobby, or a few quiet minutes of reflection, these moments recharge your mental batteries. Caring for your emotional needs consistently prevents stress from accumulating until it becomes overwhelming. Practicing mindfulness helps you stay present when pressure builds. Rather than letting anxieties about the past or future consume you, mindfulness anchors you in the now. This awareness keeps you from being swept away by worries that might never come to pass, grounding you in a calmer state of mind. Building a support network strengthens your resilience as well. Friends, family, and mentors who listen without judgment provide a safe space to process emotions. Their encouragement can be a powerful reminder that you're not alone, easing the isolation that tough circumstances sometimes create. Emotional resilience also grows when you learn to reframe your perspective. Viewing setbacks as lessons rather than failures transforms challenges into stepping stones for personal development. Each difficult experience becomes a chance to refine your coping skills and deepen your self-understanding. Establishing healthy boundaries is another step toward resilient living. Overcommitting or taking on others' problems can lead to emotional exhaustion. Recognizing your limits and respectfully declining certain requests not only preserves your mental energy, but also affirms your self-worth. When faced with adversity, self-compassion serves as a protective shield for your emotions. Treat yourself as you would a dear friend. offering patience and understanding rather than harsh criticism. This kinder approach helps you heal faster from emotional wounds and maintain a level-headed view of your challenges. Focus on what you can control instead of fixating on what you can't. Life is unpredictable, and devoting energy to uncontrollable events drains your spirit. By centering your efforts on your own actions and responses, you empower yourself to find solutions and minimize anxiety over the unknown. Emotional resilience benefits from routine reflection. Take time to assess your mental well-being, celebrating small wins and acknowledging stressors. This periodic check-in helps you spot patterns in your emotional reactions, prompting earlier adjustments before negativity sets in too deeply. Building resilience also involves setting realistic expectations. Perfectionism can be a trap, leading to constant self-criticism when things don't go flawlessly. Embracing imperfection allows you to recover from mistakes more easily, maintaining a balanced outlook instead of spiraling into blame or regret. Sometimes facing your fears head-on can strengthen your emotional resilience. Gradually exposing yourself to uncomfortable situations, like a challenging conversation or a new social setting, shows you that discomfort is survivable. Each small victory over apprehension reinforces your belief in your ability to cope. Another helpful practice is gratitude. Reminding yourself of what's going well or what you appreciate about your life maintains a sense of hope, even in adversity. This shift in focus from what's missing to what's present fosters emotional security and a sense of contentment. Physical health also intertwines with emotional resilience. Regular exercise, enough sleep, and a nourishing diet reduce stress hormones, boost mood, and help keep your mind clear. When your body feels healthy, it's easier to remain calm and emotionally steady in the face of challenges. Avoiding toxic comparisons contributes to emotional resilience. Measuring your progress against someone else's journey can breed envy or discouragement. Remember that everyone's path is unique. Focus on your own growth, and you'll find greater peace and satisfaction in where you stand. Overcoming emotional hurdles often requires trying new coping strategies. Whether it's journaling your thoughts, experimenting with relaxation techniques, or seeking professional guidance, these efforts expand your toolbox for handling stress. Each new method you practice enriches your capacity to rebound quickly. Resilience thrives when you embrace change as part of life. Clinging tightly to old routines or avoiding all risks can stunt personal growth. By welcoming change, even when it's uncomfortable, you grant yourself the flexibility to adapt gracefully, refining your ability to remain composed under shifting circumstances. Cultivating a growth mindset ties directly into emotional resilience. Instead of labeling yourself or your abilities as fixed, recognize your potential for continuous improvement. When you believe you can learn new skills or recover from setbacks, you're more likely to persevere in tough situations without giving in to defeatist thinking. Lastly, practicing forgiveness, inwardly and outwardly, allows you to release lingering negative emotions. Holding on to grudges or self-blame weighs heavily on the heart, hampering your emotional recovery. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting, it means freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. Developing emotional resilience is a lifelong journey, not a single destination. Each time you endure hardship and emerge stronger, you reinforce the belief that no matter what comes your way, you have the inner resources to handle it. In learning to stay steady through life's turbulence, you create a solid foundation for lasting peace and positivity. Chapter 7. Mindful Communication. Mindful communication isn't just about talking, it's also about listening, truly hearing what others have to say and responding with clarity. It's a balanced exchange where each word, pause and gesture is chosen carefully, ensuring that conversations remain respectful and productive. By being mindful, you engage with people from a place of understanding rather than reacting on autopilot. One of the first principles of mindful communication is slowing down. In a rush to make a point or defend yourself, you might speak hastily, missing the nuances of the other person's perspective. Pausing before you respond allows you to process what was said, reflect on your emotional state, and choose words that are thoughtful instead of impulsive. Active listening is essential. Instead of formulating your response mid-conversation, focus on absorbing every detail of the other person's words, tone, and even body language. This attentiveness not only helps you grasp their point more fully, but also shows them respect, which can diffuse tension and lead to more open dialogue. Mindful communication also means understanding your own triggers. If certain phrases or attitudes make you defensive or upset, awareness of these triggers helps you remain calm. By identifying what sets you off, you can take a breath, ground yourself, and respond in a collected manner instead of reacting with anger or frustration. Respect for boundaries is another key aspect of mindful conversation. Everyone has sensitive spots, topics that might be off limits or require gentle handling. Being mindful means picking up on cues that indicate someone's comfort level. When you see signs of unease, a quick check-in can prevent misunderstandings or conflicts from brewing. Choosing your words carefully can be transformative. Language is powerful. It can either build bridges or create walls. Replacing accusatory phrases with more neutral, solution-focused expressions allows for more constructive conversations. For instance, instead of saying, "You always do this," try, "I've noticed this happening lately. How can we fix it?" Nonverbal signals are just as vital as the words you say. Eye contact conveys attention and sincerity, while a calm posture shows openness. If your arms are crossed or your eyes dart around, people might sense you're disinterested or defensive. Mindful communication involves aligning your body language with the positive intent of your words. Empathy plays a central role in mindful communication. Putting yourself in another person's shoes allows you to understand their feelings and motivations. Even if you don't agree, acknowledging their viewpoint promotes a respectful atmosphere. This empathy diffuses tension, encourages collaboration, and strengthens trust. Mindful communicators also recognize that silence isn't necessarily an enemy in conversation. Small pauses allow everyone time to think, and they give you a chance to regulate your emotions. These moments of quiet can lead to deeper insights or kinder responses. Instead of rushing to fill every silence, let it breathe. Setting intentions before a conversation can guide you toward a calm, purposeful exchange. If you approach a dialogue with the intent to understand rather than to win, you naturally listen more and judge less. This shift in intention transforms arguments into discussions that solve problems or clarify misunderstandings. Reflecting on conversations afterward is a powerful way to refine your communication skills. Ask yourself which parts went well and which moments felt tense. Were there times you interrupted, got defensive, or zoned out? Identifying these patterns helps you correct them in future interactions, steadily improving the way you converse. Mindful communication also thrives on honesty and clarity. It's tempting to dodge issues or sugarcoat truths to avoid conflict, but clarity, spoken with kindness, often leads to real solutions and reduces confusion. People appreciate straightforwardness when it's delivered with respect for their feelings and point of view. One challenge is learning how to handle disagreements gracefully. In mindful communication, a disagreement doesn't have to escalate into conflict. By focusing on the shared goal of understanding rather than on winning, you keep disagreements healthy. This approach allows you to walk away from tough conversations with mutual respect intact. It helps to remember that communication is a two-way street. If you notice you're the one doing most of the talking, pause and invite the other person to share. Questions like, "How do you see this situation?" or "What are your thoughts?" not only show respect, but also create balance in the conversation. Apologies are another part of mindful communication. Admitting when you've made a mistake or said something hurtful takes humility. Yet, it also paves the way for healing and progress. A sincere apology acknowledges the other person's feelings and reaffirms your commitment to keep the conversation positive and respectful. Mindful communication extends to written forms as well. Text messages and emails can lead to misunderstandings because tone doesn't carry over text. Pausing to review your words, considering how they might be interpreted, and adding warmth where needed can prevent accidental offense or confusion. Growth in communication habits takes time and practice. You might slip up, say something you regret, or fail to listen as closely as you'd like. Rather than getting discouraged, use these moments as stepping stones. Each small improvement solidifies your path toward more thoughtful, composed conversations. Listening to feedback from others can sharpen your skills even further. If someone points out that you interrupt often or jump to conclusions, view it as a learning opportunity rather than an attack. Constructive criticism, when taken seriously, helps you break unproductive patterns and strengthen mindful communication habits. Sometimes external stress bleeds into conversations. Learning to compartmentalize is a vital skill. If work is overwhelming you, try not to bring that tension into a personal discussion, and vice versa. By consciously separating different spheres of your life, you maintain a clearer, calmer mindset in each context. Mindful communication also involves respect for cultural or personal differences in communication styles. One person might be more direct, another more subtle. Recognizing these differences reduces the risk of misunderstanding. It also demonstrates genuine curiosity and respect for how others prefer to share their thoughts. Ultimately, mindful communication is about building bridges of understanding rather than walls of defensiveness. It is a practice that evolves with each conversation, teaching you to handle disagreements kindly, absorb the feelings behind someone's words, and share your own thoughts with clarity and compassion. Over time, these skills become second nature, helping you forge deeper connections and smoother interactions in every aspect of life. Chapter 8. Finding Optimism During Hard Times. Optimism isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's about choosing hope when life feels overwhelming. In difficult moments, your mind can be flooded with negative thoughts, leading to despair. Finding optimism means intentionally seeking the light in the darkness, the glimmer of possibility when obstacles seem insurmountable. Looking for small victories is a powerful way to spark optimism. These triumphs may be minor achievements, like finishing a task earlier than expected or receiving a few encouraging words from someone who cares. Celebrating these wins keeps you focused on what's going right, even when large-scale problems remain unsolved. Reminding yourself that tough times don't last forever fosters a sense of hope. History, both personal and global, is full of examples where dire situations eventually gave way to better days. Understanding that hardship is usually temporary helps shift your mindset from despair to patience and perseverance. A supportive circle of friends, family, or mentors can provide a lifeline to optimism. Sharing your worries with those who listen without judgment often eases the emotional burden. Their perspective, born from different experiences, can highlight solutions or silver linings you might have overlooked on your own. Practicing gratitude further nourishes optimism. Even if your world feels like it's falling apart, there's likely something, however small, to be thankful for: a supportive friend, a comfortable place to rest, or simply the fact that you woke up to face a new day. This acknowledgement of positives keeps your spirit from sinking too deep into sorrow. Allowing yourself moments of rest and reflection is essential. When times are tough, the pressure to fix everything at once can be immense. Stepping back, breathing deeply, or engaging in calming activities prevents burnout and clears your mind for clearer, more hopeful thinking. Optimism often comes from reframing problems into challenges you can tackle. A setback isn't the end. It's a call to adjust your approach or learn a new skill. Seeing difficulties as part of your journey to growth helps you maintain a forward-looking attitude rather than getting stuck in frustration. Stories of others who overcame adversity can ignite your own optimism. Whether it's a historical figure who persisted against overwhelming odds or a personal friend who found strength after tragedy, real-life triumphs remind you that hope is not naive. It's a force that has changed countless lives for the better. Focusing on solutions instead of dwelling on problems keeps your energy constructive. While it's important to understand what's gone wrong, spending too long ruminating on the issue can amplify negativity. By setting your sights on the steps you can take, you shift from a position of powerlessness to one of proactive effort. Learning something new can provide a jolt of optimism. In tough seasons, expanding your skill set or knowledge base can restore a sense of progress, reminding you that there's always room to evolve. Each new competency adds a layer of resilience against current challenges. Practicing self-compassion when you struggle to stay optimistic is crucial. Feeling low or uncertain doesn't mean you've failed. Recognizing that it's okay to not be okay all the time lets you process your emotions without letting them define you. This gentle acceptance encourages you to return to a more hopeful outlook. Optimism doesn't vanish hardships, but it shifts how you handle them. When you choose to see adversity as a temporary state, you direct your actions toward improvement rather than getting stuck in sorrow. This inner determination propels you forward, step by step, even if the journey seems steep. Sometimes affirmations can reinforce a hopeful mindset. Simple reminders like, "I will find a way," or "This challenge won't last forever," anchor your thoughts in possibility. Repeating such phrases in moments of stress keeps the flicker of optimism alive, guiding you through the storm. Reflecting on past challenges you've overcome is a potent way to rebuild hope. Recall moments when you thought you couldn't proceed but did. These memories serve as proof that you have the resilience needed to confront whatever lies ahead. Every solved problem or conquered fear is a testament to your ability to endure. Filling your day with positive inputs, uplifting music, inspiring stories, or peaceful walks helps maintain an optimistic baseline. While it's essential to stay informed about your problems, constant exposure to negativity can drain your morale. Balancing it with sources of encouragement restores emotional equilibrium. Keeping a routine cultivates stability, which indirectly fosters optimism. A consistent sleep schedule, meal plan, and set work hours anchor you when life feels unpredictable. These small daily anchors remind you that, despite external chaos, you can keep some order in your internal world. Seeing problems as temporary also frees you from the trap of catastrophizing. While a crisis might feel endless, telling yourself, "I'm doing my best right now, and that's enough," can ease the pressure. This mental reframe pulls you out of worst-case scenarios and grounds you in constructive action. Lean into humor where appropriate. While serious issues shouldn't be dismissed, laughter can relieve tension, offering a brief yet powerful respite from burdens. A light-hearted moment, even if fleeting, can remind you that hope and joy are still accessible despite heavy circumstances. Collaborating with others can spark new ideas and shared optimism. Joining a supportive group, seeking a mentor, or teaming up on a project can infuse collective hope into your efforts. Working alongside people who share your drive to overcome fosters a contagious sense of possibility. Ultimately, finding optimism during hard times is about faith. Faith in yourself, in the passing nature of challenges, and in the capacity for things to get better. It's not naive to believe in tomorrow's potential. It's courageous. Optimism lets you keep putting one foot in front of the other, facing each day with the knowledge that adversity can transform into growth and light once you've made it through the darkness. Chapter 9. Creating a supportive environment. A supportive environment serves as the fertile ground where your personal growth, well-being, and goals can flourish. It's not merely about having a tidy room or pleasant surroundings. It's about surrounding yourself with people, places, and routines that nurture your development and uplift your spirit. When you craft the right atmosphere, you make it easier to sustain motivation, stay positive, and handle life's pressures with greater ease. Your immediate physical space plays a significant role in supporting your mindset. A cluttered area can create a sense of mental chaos, making it hard to focus or relax. On the other hand, a clean and organized space invites calm and clarity. Simple habits like keeping your desk tidy, letting in fresh air, or adding a few plants can subtly shift your mental state in a positive direction. People are a central aspect of a supportive environment. Spend time with those who genuinely care about your progress and well-being. Their encouragement, empathy, and constructive feedback can fuel your self-belief, helping you push through doubts and obstacles. In contrast, people who consistently criticize, complain, or undermine your efforts can sap your energy and hinder growth. Setting emotional boundaries is another key element of building support around you. Recognize when certain relationships or behaviors leave you feeling drained or stressed. Protecting your emotional space might mean limiting time with negative influences, politely declining extra responsibilities, or seeking out friends who share your positive outlook on life. A supportive environment also offers opportunities for reflection and rest. Finding moments of quiet, whether in a cozy corner of your home or a peaceful spot outdoors, allows you to clear your head and recharge. This space for solitude encourages self-awareness, giving you the chance to process emotions and maintain a balanced perspective. Technology usage can greatly impact the quality of your environment. Constant notifications and screen time can be mentally taxing. By setting device-free periods or turning off non-essential alerts, you reduce distractions and foster a sense of calm. This digital boundary ensures that you stay focused on what truly matters, instead of being pulled in every direction by endless pings. Routines and rituals are another component of a nurturing environment. When you follow a consistent pattern, like waking up at a certain hour or dedicating time each day to reading or exercise, you form habits that stabilize your life. These habits bring structure and reliability, which can be invaluable when stress or challenges arise. Supportive environments aren't always physical. They can be found online too. Many people discover communities on social media or in virtual groups that share their interests and ambitions. Engaging with like-minded individuals there can offer a sense of belonging and motivation, even if you can't meet in person. Just be mindful to avoid spaces that breed negativity or comparison. It's helpful to seek out mentors or guides in fields you're passionate about. Whether they're formal coaches or experienced peers, mentors can provide insights you wouldn't find on your own. They help you navigate obstacles, set realistic goals, and grow in ways that align with your strengths and values. Their presence in your life can be a cornerstone of your supportive environment. Music, art, and other creative outlets can also boost your surroundings. Filling your space with uplifting playlists or inspiring artwork creates a mood that resonates with positivity and motivation. These seemingly small aesthetic choices can shape your mindset, reminding you of beauty and creativity even on tough days. Pets, for those who have them, often contribute to a nurturing environment. Animals provide companionship, reduce stress, and encourage a routine, like regular walks for dog owners. Their presence can calm the nervous system, counter loneliness, and bring a touch of daily joy. While pets aren't for everyone, they can be a source of unconditional support and comfort. Learning how to say no is vital when creating a supportive environment. Constantly agreeing to tasks or favors you can't handle adds unnecessary stress. By being selective about your commitments, you preserve energy for priorities that truly matter to you. This boundary setting respects both your limitations and your aspirations. A strong environment encourages healthy habits like regular exercise and balanced eating. When your fridge is stocked with nutritious foods and you schedule regular movement breaks, you send your body the message that it's cared for. Physical health directly impacts emotional well-being, so this holistic care bolsters your overall positivity and resilience. Celebrate and highlight your achievements in your environment. Display mementos or reminders of past successes, a trophy, a certificate, or even a simple note of thanks from someone you helped. These tokens reaffirm what you're capable of and help maintain a spirit of confidence and motivation. Develop a sense of accountability within your environment. Partner with friends or colleagues who share your goals, agreeing to check in on each other's progress. This mutual support keeps you on track when enthusiasm dips. By building a network that expects you to show up and do your part, you strengthen your resolve and avoid the pitfalls of isolation. An atmosphere of learning fuels growth too. Keep books, articles, or courses accessible so that cultivating new skills or knowledge is simple. When learning is woven into your routine, your mind stays engaged and curious, preventing stagnation. Continuous education can transform how you see yourself and the world. Creating a supportive environment also involves being kind to yourself. Encouraging sticky notes, affirmations on your mirror, or journaling sessions to reflect on your day remind you that self-talk matters. A gentle, encouraging voice in your head, reinforced by these external cues, fosters self-compassion and greater emotional stability. Consider the vibe of your living space. Soft lighting, pleasant scents, or a clutter-free desk can subtly ease tension and improve mood. These sensory details shape your mental and emotional state. Even rearranging furniture for better flow can signal a fresh start, energizing you to approach tasks with enthusiasm. Pay attention to the type of media and entertainment you consume. Watching too much bleak news or engaging with negative stories constantly can weigh on your mind. Balancing this with uplifting or educational content ensures you don't let external negativity seep into your personal space, affecting your outlook on life. Spiritual or reflective practices like meditation, prayer, or quiet contemplation can also anchor you. Creating a small corner dedicated to these practices signals your commitment to inner peace. This space becomes a refuge where you can reconnect with your values, clarify your thoughts, and build mental strength. Ultimately, a supportive environment is about harmony between you, the people you surround yourself with, and the places where you spend your time. Through intentional choices and consistent boundary setting, you curate a life context that upholds your well-being and personal goals. Whether it's a calm reading nook, a circle of kind friends, or a simplified schedule, Your environment directly shapes your happiness and success. By mindfully shaping this environment, you set the stage for a more peaceful, driven, and fulfilling life. Chapter 10. Daily Habits for Calm and Positivity. Maintaining a calm and positive outlook in daily life often starts with the small things you do every day. It's not about drastic changes that happen overnight. Instead, true growth emerges from consistent, mindful actions. Each habit, no matter how minor it may seem, contributes to a stable foundation of peace and optimism. Making your morning routine intentional sets the tone for the entire day. Whether you spend a few moments stretching, journaling, or enjoying a peaceful cup of tea, this gentle start creates a sense of steadiness before the rush of daily tasks begins. Beginning your day with calmness helps you carry a more balanced mindset into everything you do. Visual reminders can keep your spirits lifted throughout the day. Some people place inspiring quotes near their workspace or set encouraging notes on their phone's lock screen. These simple cues ground you in positivity whenever stress or doubt tries to creep in, reminding you that calmness is always an option. Scheduling short breaks for deep breathing or brief walks can have a profound effect. In the midst of a busy schedule, pausing to breathe slowly or take a brisk stroll around the block allows your mind to reset. This mini reset calms the nervous system, reducing tension and restoring a sense of control over your day. Staying aware of your posture is another underrated habit. When you stand or sit upright, you send a signal of self-assurance to your mind. Slouching often reflects fatigue or defeat, so a simple shift in posture can spark a subtle boost in both energy and outlook, reinforcing confidence and composure. Committing to regular mindful eating is a habit that supports calmness. Instead of rushing through meals, try savoring each bite. This practice not only helps you enjoy food more, but also prevents overeating and reduces stress tied to hurried dining. By eating mindfully, you maintain a peaceful rhythm in even the busiest days. Embracing gratitude as a regular practice can transform the way you experience life. Writing down 2 or 3 things you're grateful for each day resets your focus on the blessings around you, however small. This shift from lack to appreciation keeps you anchored in positivity, even when challenges arise. Setting boundaries around digital devices helps preserve mental clarity. For instance, turning off notifications during meals or designating an hour before bedtime as screen-free can shield you from unnecessary stress. The habit of disconnecting allows your mind to rest and fosters a deeper sense of presence in the real world. Carving out personal downtime is essential for maintaining an even keel. Perhaps it's half an hour before bed spent reading a calming book or listening to soothing music. This self-care moment refuels your emotional reserves, preparing you to handle the next day's responsibilities with a composed perspective. Journaling is another valuable habit that nourishes calmness. By writing down worries, hopes, or reflections, you lighten the mental load. This process helps you gain clarity, break down large concerns into manageable pieces, and reaffirm your goals. Journaling consistently can be a quiet anchor of stability in a fast-paced life. Regular exercise is a cornerstone habit for sustaining positivity. Physical movement releases endorphins, the body's feel-good chemicals, reducing stress and boosting mood. Whether it's yoga, walking, dancing, or weightlifting, finding a form of exercise you enjoy turns it into a reliable source of mental refreshment. Consciously limiting negative input from media can shield your mindset. While staying informed is important, excessive exposure to gloomy news or toxic online discussions can erode positivity. Curate the information you consume, mixing in stories of achievement, hope, and progress to balance out heavier topics. Spending a few minutes each day practicing relaxation techniques like guided meditation or progressive muscle relaxation deepens your sense of calm. These practices train your mind and body to identify and release tension, allowing you to remain more centered amidst daily pressures. Mindful communication is another daily habit that preserves calmness. Listening intently, pausing before responding, and choosing respectful words fosters kinder interactions. By making conversations more thoughtful, you reduce conflict and nurture a supportive environment for yourself and those around you. Setting realistic goals for the day keeps you from feeling overwhelmed. Listing 1 or 2 essential tasks helps you focus on what truly matters, rather than drowning in an endless to-do list. This habit teaches you to measure daily success by quality instead of quantity, reducing unnecessary stress. Actively seeking joy is a habit worth cultivating. It may involve playing a favorite playlist while cooking dinner or pausing to watch the sunset. Recognizing and celebrating these small, joyful moments counteracts the pull of negativity and strengthens your ability to maintain an optimistic outlook. End your day with reflection. A quick mental review of what went well and what you can improve leaves you with a sense of progress. This reflection needn't be long or formal, just a moment to honor your efforts, learn from any mistakes, and affirm your intention to keep striving for calmness and positivity. Boundaries on your own schedule bolster your sense of tranquility. Avoid overbooking yourself or saying yes out of guilt when your plate is already full. By respecting your limits, you create space in your day for rest, spontaneity, or simple relaxation, activities that restore mental harmony and positivity. Cultivating a habit of positive self-talk is vital. If you catch your thoughts spiraling into harsh criticism, reframe them. Encourage yourself the way you'd encourage a dear friend. This gentle, supportive inner voice becomes a source of reassurance, helping you remain calm through life's inevitable bumps. Remember to celebrate small personal victories, whether it's finishing a book you started or completing a tricky work assignment. Giving yourself credit for these achievements fosters self-esteem and positivity. This practice also trains your mind to look for progress instead of dwelling on shortcomings. Ultimately, daily habits are the building blocks of a peaceful, uplifting life. Each small routine, whether it's a moment of mindful breathing, a few words of gratitude, or a simple exercise break, steadies your spirit, makes calmness accessible, and paves the way for consistent positivity. Over time, these collective practices shape not just your days, but the overall direction of your life. Chapter 11. Staying positive in the face of uncertainty. Staying positive when life feels unpredictable often hinges on how you frame uncertainty in your mind. Instead of seeing it as a threat, you can recognize it as a space for possibility. Uncertainty may leave you feeling uneasy, but it also means things haven't been finalized yet. There's still room for your actions and choices to influence the outcome. The first step in remaining positive is acknowledging that uncertainty is a natural part of life. Even the most detailed plans can change due to circumstances beyond your control. Embracing the unknown instead of resisting it allows your mind to shift from panic to curiosity. You stop treating uncertainty as an enemy and start seeing it as an open door. It helps to focus on the aspects you can control. When something major is up in the air, pinpoint what concrete steps you can take each day to move forward. Whether it's learning a new skill or seeking expert advice, these actions reassure you that you're not simply drifting. They remind you that, although you can't predict every outcome, you can guide your path in meaningful ways. A supportive network of friends or family can also sustain your positivity. Sharing concerns with someone who listens empathetically relieves mental tension and helps you process fears. In return, you gain fresh perspectives or possible solutions you hadn't considered. Hearing words of encouragement from a trusted person often lifts the fog of doubt. Practicing gratitude is another effective strategy. Even in unsettled times, there are likely small blessings or achievements to appreciate. This focus on what's going right balances the stress of not knowing what's coming next. Gratitude acts as a gentle anchor, preventing anxious thoughts from spiraling unchecked. Creating a flexible plan allows you to handle uncertainty with more confidence. Instead of mapping out a rigid roadmap that might fail at the slightest change, try sketching a broader outline that can adapt to new developments. This approach keeps you proactive without locking you into a single course of action. Seek out small, reliable routines in your day-to-day life. Even if bigger things feel chaotic, a steady morning ritual or a nightly wind-down habit provides stability. These small anchors remind you that not everything is unpredictable, and they infuse calm into a situation that's otherwise in flux. When negative thoughts creep in, ask yourself if they're rooted in fact or fear. Sometimes the mind jumps to worst-case scenarios that have little basis in reality. Evaluating these thoughts rationally helps you separate valid concerns from baseless worries, freeing up mental space for solutions rather than catastrophes. It's also important to stay aware of your body's signals. Uncertainty can trigger stress responses, tight shoulders, shallow breathing, or racing heartbeats. Taking slow, deliberate breaths or stepping away for a brief stretch can alleviate that tension. By addressing these physical symptoms, you keep stress from overpowering your mind. Embrace the idea that uncertainty can lead to innovation. Many breakthroughs arise precisely because people had to think creatively when outcomes weren't guaranteed. Viewing unknown factors as invitations to explore fresh ideas or alternatives sparks a sense of excitement and opportunity. Another effective practice is learning from past experiences with uncertainty. Reflect on times you've navigated through doubts successfully. Recall how you adapted, grew, and found clarity eventually. These personal stories highlight your resilience, reinforcing the belief that you can handle today's challenges too. A balanced intake of news and social media is crucial. While staying informed is wise, excessive exposure to negative headlines and speculation can magnify worries. Setting boundaries around when and how you consume information ensures you remain aware without drowning in pessimism. Mindfulness practices such as short meditations or guided breathing help maintain perspective. By centering your attention on the present moment, you disrupt the cycle of what-if worries. This renewed sense of calm enables you to respond to change thoughtfully rather than react in panic. Learning something new can be a powerful antidote to doubt. By focusing on acquiring a skill or deepening knowledge, you place your energy into growth. Each step forward in learning demonstrates you're still capable of progress, even in times of ambiguity. Embracing imperfection eases the burden of uncertainty. You don't have to know everything or perform flawlessly in every situation. Accepting that life's path might be winding or bumpy allows you to release unrealistic expectations, encouraging compassion for yourself and others. Reward yourself for small accomplishments. If you take even a modest step to deal with unknowns, like sending an inquiry email or organizing a crucial meeting, celebrate that action. These self-affirming moments help maintain a sense of momentum, keeping positivity alive. Consider speaking with professionals, counselors, mentors, or coaches who can offer specialized insight. They might see options or coping strategies you've overlooked. An outside perspective frequently uncovers paths you never realized existed, which fosters hope and calm amid uncertainty. Keeping a journal can also help. Writing down your concerns, observations, or even potential outcomes brings clarity to vague worries. Once your thoughts are on paper, they're easier to analyze and address logically. This process transforms swirling anxieties into structured reflections and tangible plans. Live in the moment as best you can. While planning and caution have their places, overthinking what lies ahead can sabotage your peace. Focusing on tasks and joys at hand reminds you that life is still happening right now, not just in some distant future you can't control. Ultimately, staying positive in the face of uncertainty is about trusting yourself and the journey. You realize that chaos doesn't last forever and that every challenge holds potential for growth. By nurturing flexible plans, seeking support, and practicing patience, you equip yourself to face unknowns with steady resolve and a hopeful heart. Chapter 12. Sustaining Calmness and Optimism. Long-term. Sustaining calmness and optimism over the long haul is less about perfection and more about steady practice. It's a commitment you make daily, showing up for yourself with a clear intention to protect your peace of mind. By weaving small, mindful actions into your routine, you reinforce healthy habits that keep negativity at bay and maintain a lasting sense of hope. A foundation of consistent self-care ensures you never stray too far from your center. Regular sleep, balanced nutrition, and moderate exercise form the pillars of a stable emotional state. When the body feels strong and rested, the mind is more capable of managing challenges without spiraling into overwhelm. Recognizing the difference between urgent tasks and important tasks helps prevent burnout. While urgent tasks demand immediate attention, they're not always aligned with your long-term well-being. Strategically prioritizing ensures you meet essential responsibilities while still making room for restful moments that protect your optimism. Learning to pace yourself is vital to maintaining calmness. High-pressure phases in work or personal life can be navigated with more ease if you proactively schedule breaks or restful weekends. This pacing not only guards against exhaustion, but also keeps your mindset geared toward productivity rather than panic. Building strong emotional resilience is another key factor. Techniques like mindfulness, deep breathing, or journaling equip you to process stress before it evolves into a crisis. Rather than shoving anxiety aside, you deal with it in real time, preserving your long-term calm and positivity. A supportive social circle can serve as a safety net for your optimism. Friends and family who encourage healthy boundaries and celebrate your small victories enhance your motivation. Their presence reminds you that challenges are temporary and that you don't have to tackle every burden alone. Long-term optimism is fueled by continued personal growth. Lifelong learning, through courses, hobbies, or reading, sharpens your adaptability and opens up new perspectives. This mindset of constant development ensures that you remain open, curious, and less susceptible to discouragement when life throws unexpected changes your way. Practicing gratitude keeps your outlook bright even when progress is slow. Thanking yourself for small wins, acknowledging the kindness of others, or simply appreciating everyday comforts creates a buffer against negativity. This steady flow of thankfulness boosts your enthusiasm and prevents cynicism from taking root. Resisting the urge to compare yourself to others safeguards your optimism. Everyone has a unique timeline, and measuring success based on someone else's journey can erode your self-confidence. By focusing on your personal growth, you reinforce the belief that progress and calmness flourish at your own pace. Building a resilient mindset involves understanding that mistakes and failures are inevitable. Viewing these as lessons rather than defining moments helps you adapt, refine your approach, and move forward. Over time, you gain the perspective that setbacks are stepping stones, not walls. Consistency in daily routines strengthens your capacity to remain calm. Whether it's waking up at a set time or dedicating a short period to reflection before bed, these rituals create predictability. In a world full of chaos, such stability is invaluable for preserving mental clarity and emotional steadiness. Cultivating patience with yourself is another essential ingredient. Development of any new skill or habit, like maintaining calmness, rarely happens overnight. Showing compassion when you stumble or lose your temper allows you to reset and keep progressing rather than dwelling on the slip-up. Learning to regulate digital consumption helps preserve mental space for optimism. Too much social media or news can amplify stress or comparisons. Being selective about online activities, choosing uplifting content, or limiting screen time all maintain a protective layer around your serenity. Deliberately seeking out positive influences refuels your spirit. Whether it's watching motivational videos, reading about people who overcame adversity, or immersing yourself in uplifting music, these choices reinforce your hopeful outlook. Such selective consumption ensures negativity doesn't overshadow your desire for calm. Spending time in nature can rejuvenate both mind and spirit, reinforcing your calmness. A simple walk in a local park or a scenic hike can dissolve mental clutter. Nature's rhythms remind you that life moves in cycles, encouraging patience, adaptability, and an intrinsic sense of peace. Maintaining an organized environment at home or work keeps stress levels in check. When your surroundings are in order, it's easier to locate what you need and feel at ease. This orderliness supports a sense of control that underpins lasting calmness and optimism. Setting boundaries around relationships is crucial too. While some people energize and inspire you, others might drain your positivity. Recognizing toxic dynamics and managing or minimizing those interactions preserves your emotional resources, allowing you to stay grounded. Reflection on your progress is key to ongoing calm and optimism. At intervals, maybe monthly or quarterly, review your personal goals, note what worked, and identify what needs to change. This cyclical reassessment provides direction, preventing complacency and keeping your optimism evolving. One effective strategy is reminding yourself of a meaningful why. Whether it's family, personal fulfillment, or a long-held dream, this guiding purpose fuels perseverance. It acts like a compass when storms hit, reassuring you that your destination is worth every rough patch you encounter. Ultimately, sustaining calmness and positivity long-term hinges on self-awareness, consistency, and compassion. Each time you choose a healthier response to stress or intentionally celebrate a minor achievement, you fortify your mindset. Over days and months, these small successes accumulate into a steady flame of optimism, a force that brightens your path, no matter the challenges ahead. A long-term sense of calm and optimism often depends on balancing ambition with acceptance. While setting big goals fuels motivation, accepting that setbacks may occur helps you handle them with grace instead of panic. This balance lets you dream boldly but remain steady when reality unfolds in unexpected ways. Maintaining hope over an extended period involves proactively nurturing a hopeful mindset. Prolonged negativity can weigh on your spirit if you're not vigilant. Making a habit of scanning your life for potential solutions rather than zeroing in on problems fosters a positive framework. This regular check refocuses your energy on constructive actions and opportunities. Cultivating patience is a protective layer for both calmness and optimism. Immediate results can be exciting, but they're not always realistic. When you accept that some aspirations need time to blossom, you spare yourself unnecessary disappointment. Each day you practice patience fortifies your ability to endure challenges without losing faith. Seeking out growth-focused conversations encourages a forward-looking perspective, whether discussing career paths, personal goals, or innovative ideas. These discussions awaken a sense of possibility. You remember that each day offers new chances to progress, and that your present circumstances are stepping stones rather than final destinations. It's helpful to periodically purge what drains you, be it old commitments or activities that no longer serve a purpose. By offloading outdated responsibilities, you create mental space for refreshing perspectives and inviting calm experiences. This refining process, repeated over time, safeguards your positivity against clutter. Another method to maintain optimism is building anticipation for future events or milestones. Having something to look forward to, like a casual get-together or a personal health milestone, breathes energy into your routine, reminding you that life isn't all about immediate pressures. This forward-leaning outlook balances out daily stressors. Self-education can also keep your optimism vibrant. Reading about inspirational figures or delving into subjects that fascinate you adds layers of excitement to your life. Each new insight confirms that there's always more to learn and appreciate, cultivating a long-term sense of wonder and open-mindedness. Focusing on how far you've come cements enduring positivity. Reflecting on your past wins and the hurdles you've overcome highlights your capacity to solve problems. Even if present troubles seem daunting, remembering your own resilience fosters the conviction that you can surmount new challenges as well. Sticking to consistent wake-up times or bedtime routines stabilizes your emotional rhythms. Those first and last waking minutes set the tone for how you meet each day. This structured approach to rest ensures your mind remains balanced and clear, fueling calmness and reinforcing a sense of possibility. Engaging in occasional digital detoxes keeps prolonged optimism intact. Constant online scrolling can dim your perspective, especially when confronted with negative news or endless comparisons. Taking a break from screens, even if brief, opens a window to real-world experiences that replenish your sense of wonder and reduce mental fatigue. Creating a personal, calm corner can serve as a practical tool for sustaining tranquility. Whether it's a comfortable chair by a window, a soft rug with pillows, or even a cozy outdoor spot, returning to this nook reminds you of the calm atmosphere you've built around yourself. Over time, this space evolves into a physical symbol of your commitment to peace. Regularly revisiting your personal principles and values helps you align your long-term optimism with meaningful goals. When you see that your everyday actions echo what you stand for, you feel consistent and purposeful. This cohesive sense of self fosters an undercurrent of peace, guiding you through everyday stresses without losing perspective. Avoiding emotional extremes helps maintain equilibrium over the long term. A day of exciting news shouldn't overshadow the value of steady progress, just as a single setback doesn't have to define your outlook. Striving for emotional balance keeps your mood stable, which is vital for a long-lasting positive mindset. Rewarding yourself for consistency can also encourage sustained calmness. Instead of celebrating only major achievements, you learn to give yourself small rewards for daily discipline, like finishing a demanding project on schedule or sticking to a fitness routine. Recognizing your consistent efforts ensures your motivation doesn't wane. It's wise to watch the company you keep. If certain relationships consistently stir up anxiety or negativity, consider adjusting how much time you spend engaging with them. Conversely, nurturing bonds with uplifting individuals who challenge and support you cultivates an atmosphere that encourages optimism and calm resilience. Experimenting with different relaxation techniques, like mindful stretching, creative hobbies, or guided imagery, prevents monotony in your self-care routine. Rotating these methods keeps them effective, ensuring you don't get bored. Each technique addresses stress from a new angle, helping you stay steady over the months and years. Sustaining calmness and positivity also involves clarity about your deeper motivations. Reflecting on your why you pursue certain goals, why you prioritize self-care, solidifies your resolve. This powerful sense of purpose steers you through difficulties, reminding you that each daily effort serves a larger vision. Ensuring your environment evolves alongside your goals prevents stagnation. For instance, rearranging furniture for better light or changing decor can refresh your perspective when you feel stuck. Making purposeful changes in your surroundings energizes your mindset, reaffirming that growth is an ongoing process, not a one-time event. Mental breaks from serious responsibilities allow your optimism to recharge. Light-hearted activities like painting, puzzles, or humorous podcasts give your mind a rest from problem-solving. This playful downtime resets your emotional baseline, preserving the stamina needed for consistent positivity in demanding times. Ultimately, sustaining calmness and optimism in the long run means weaving self-care, realistic goals, and uplifting relationships into a harmonious lifestyle. None of these actions have to be grand or complicated, but their cumulative effect over days and years is profound. By thoughtfully cultivating supportive habits, you anchor your spirit in hope and maintain a steady light that guides you through life's inevitable ups and downs. Thank you for joining me in how to stay calm and positive in life. By now you've learned practical steps and mindset shifts to handle stress, remain focused, and foster a lasting sense of peace. Remember, real change comes from consistency, small daily efforts to embrace calmness and see the good in each moment. Every challenge is a chance to grow, and every setback offers a lesson in resilience. Let these strategies guide you as you continue your journey toward a calmer, more optimistic life. Keep practicing patience, gratitude, and self-compassion, and know that the power to choose calmness and positivity lies within you. If this audiobook helped you, please share it with someone else who might need a bit of hope and guidance. Stay true to your journey, and never forget, real peace of mind is built one steady, purposeful step at a time.